Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to today's live reading of Resisting Nature by Brooke May, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Join me. Prologue. Alexa. Life is full of choices, the good, the not so good, and the bad. All of them we learn from and manage to carry on with our lives as if they were barely a thought, and some we can't seem to ever fully recover from. Choices can lead to events that cause you to question why you're suffering through it. Why do bad things happen? You're a good person, or at least you hope beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are. They say you learn from those experiences, that you grow from them, and with time you can forget all about them. I can certainly attest to at least some of that. Once upon a time, and no, this isn't some sort of modern fairy tale, I was a cheerful young girl on the verge of womanhood. My life was happy, filled with friends, family, and all with a bright future ahead of me. I was cheer captain and president of the homecoming and prom committees. Most of all, I wasn't anything like the typical snob most thought I would be due to what I chose to do in high school. I made sure I was kind to everyone. I wasn't above anyone. I had lots of fun hanging out and partying with friends. I was and still feel pretty. My parents have always been great, filled with love. They cherished and doted on me since I'm their only child. Then, one night, I made one of those bad choices that changed everything in my life and left me scarred. I met Grant Cole. Tall, built like a superhero, and covered in tattoos that gave him the morally gray look. He was the embodiment of a bad boy. I fell for him instantly. Talk about the worst decision of my young life. No, I'm not exaggerating this fact. It was the worst decision of my life to ever allow that man near me. I discovered terrible secrets about Grant over the 3 short months I was forced to become his. He was sweet, attentive, and everything a girl could want in a boyfriend for the first month of our relationship. It didn't feel forced at all. He defied every misconception of his looks until I discovered the truth behind his well-constructed facade. He was a werewolf, a real one, not a hot, true blood version type who shifted into a wolf, but an actual from your nightmares kind of monster. It was at the end of our first month when the full moon came, and I was forced then, and then the 3 months after, to watch him change, and then to sit perfectly still as he snarled in my weeping face and scratched me with his long, sharp claws, leaving horrible marks all over my body. He was cruel and twisted, making me endure watching him inflict pain on random animals, and his friends were just as bad. I wasn't meant to be with Grant, though. I could feel it deep within my soul, and the strong woman my parents raised me to be was disgusted by how weak he had made me. Because of him, I was stripped down bare and left vulnerable. Nothing like I was before Grant came into my life. My virginity taken. My sense of self and inner voice gone. My independence stripped away. He stole everything from me, and worst of all, he might be learning about something else if we didn't act quickly. I've hidden my once vibrant self away in the halls of my high school, concealing the torture I have lived in for just the past 3 months. I've withdrawn from my parents, who know what I'm going through but have no clue what to do in order to help. My friends seem to have given up on me. He's a monster and could easily overpower law enforcement. I'm terrified of being taken away from my family, or worse, being forced to watch him in their lives because of their love for me. I had big plans with my friends after graduation that included spending a month in Europe. Instead, I'm biding my time for Grant to leave, which he does often enough to handle his shady dealings, and then my father will smuggle me away. The moment Grant is gone, we will make our move, and there'll be nothing he can do to change it. We have an entire fabricated story that will make it look like I ran away. I'll vanish from my home. Only my parents will know the truth of everything, and hopefully I can regain who I once was when I'm far enough away not to feel like Grant's breathing down my neck. I need to accept that I may never return to my home again, and that my one bad choice has redefined my path in life. My suitcase closes with a resounding snap, closing away my past and paving the way for my future, which I hope will be safe for me and my loved ones. Running a nervous hand down my belly, I take one final glance at my childhood bedroom. The ticket stubs in a frame, the posters on the walls, the collage of pictures of my friends surrounding me. All of it will be left behind in order to make it look like I ran away. My car will vanish and be sold off at least one state away to corroborate the story. I keep repeating the petting of my stomach to help soothe my nerves. I turn to the door and find my mom waiting for me. Let's go. Chapter 1, Miles, present day. My name is Miles Fischer, and I'm a werewolf. Okay, that just sounded like I was coming into some Monsters Anonymous type meeting. That isn't what this is. I just figured you'd want an introduction. No, I'm not a shifter of any sort who can turn into a giant werewolf or giant wolf whenever I feel like it. My pack and I are real life monsters. Well, not in the mindset most people would think when they hear the term monster. I'm handsome in both forms and can be gentle. We are creatures of legend controlled by the full moon or a fight or flight moment during the moon's other phases. Only men can transform and hold the ability to become a werewolf. I know it isn't fair, but that's how it all happened. No, we can't bite someone to make them like us. It's all about lineage. Fathers pass it down to sons. We're a secret race who have blended with humans for centuries to protect ourselves. Humans tend to fear and want to destroy what they do not understand. Only a handful of humans know our truth, and those are usually our loved ones, including our mates, who have proven time and again that they are the keepers of our race's secret. We can marry for love, but it's so much better if we find our fated mate. She's the woman made to fit me perfectly. That's why women can't become werewolves. Her personality, appearance, and scent are divinely tailored for us to be together. She would be the calm to the wildness we always do our best to rein in. I never thought I would meet mine. I honestly thought my dad was just blowing smoke up our asses for years and that fated mates were nothing but a myth, legend. My resolve was tested when Derek lost Annabelle, his mate. I was completely content finding a woman to warm a bed with and have some fun before moving on with my life. I was a pig, and I fully admit it now, but things changed the moment the scent of apples infiltrated my senses and I saw her. Like a sparkling brand new lure being cast into the water for the very first time, she was there, all long tanned legs and killer heels. I hadn't even made my gaze drag up her body yet when I was kicking myself, forever doubting my old man. He was right. The moment you sense her, your entire world shifts and alters for the better. Alexa Hart is my mate, and she's across the bar from me now, fully aware something is beginning to bubble between us. If her looking over her shoulder at me is any indication, she's here and fucking gorgeous. Go after her. Not yet. Another thing about werewolves is that we're always in constant contact with our wolf side. He's like an independent consciousness somewhere within us, kind of like Jiminy Cricket, but far more badass. Sipping on my beer, I gave up my job of manning the door to rope her after she walked in. Alexa Hart has no fucking clue what she just came into and what she'll have with me. Sorry, ladies, Miles is officially off the market. Never thought I would see the day. Hush it. My gaze tracks her as if she were my prey. She very well is from the moment her apple scent hits my nose and began to drive my wolf crazy. But she doesn't know that yet. Sure beats sitting in your cabin playing video games and downing wild turkey by yourself, doesn't it? I don't want to take my eyes off my glittery blonde bombshell to look at Derek's ugly mug, but I do anyway. He's nowhere as good looking, and I only know her name because I had to take her ID. Shut it. Why aren't you putting the moves on her over there, pretty boy? My hand tightens around my beer bottle. The beer does nothing for me other than something to drink, seeing as werewolves burn it all off. I can feel the bottle creak before hearing it. I fucking hate that nickname. I know, my mom told me never to use that word, but she also said the same about never, and here we are. Full circle and all that shit. The guys started calling me that since I always take a little extra time on my looks. Fuck off. Oh, touchy. The typical Grim Reaper looking fucker our pack flashes me A rare grin as he clears the tables in front of me, effectively blocking my view. Isn't that someone else's job? I wave down at the table. He chuckles, happily ignoring my change of subject. She's your mate, isn't she? The fuck do you know? The moment the words are out, I regret them. He knows better than even my brother, our alpha, Mason, because he found and lost his mate already. Shit, sorry, man. It's all right. His tone is once more filled with ice. He's clearly not okay with my slip up. You can make it up to me by going after her. I'm usually up for some flirting, possibly taking a girl home to bang her brains out, but it's starting to get old. This situation is different. I need to approach this in a way that I've never done before. Tanned and toned legs I can't wait to have wrapped around my waist with her strappy silver heels digging into my back. Yeah, my dick is stiff, throbbing with need. I can't get comfortable with the hard-on straining behind my thigh. And I don't wear underwear, so we're just swell. Go after her. Not yet. Putting my beer back to my lips, I tip the bottle, only to discover it's empty. Fuck. I don't want to get up from my perfect perch where I can watch her by the bar and on the dance floor, so I choose to sit back instead. My relaxation doesn't last long. Even after Macy has swiped by with her rag she uses as a weapon, shaking her head at me before replacing my beer, I'm on edge with want. Moments after I watched Derek vanish down the hallway that leads to the storage room, bathrooms, and Mason's office out of the corner of my eye, my wolf feels energy only my brother can put off. Then he appears, looking like a barely contained rage monster. His nostrils flare. Even from my distance, I can see the flash in his gaze as he looks out at all the patrons here tonight. I'm not the only one who found his mate tonight. That's the only reason Mason, Mr. I've sworn off women, would have this look right now. Fuck. It's rare for my wolf to take over when I'm in human form. He's usually just fine with me being in the driver's seat. I'm out of my chair, shoving it back against the bar with force as I walk over to her. There's no way I will allow even my brother to get in my way. Not that there's anything out there about a werewolf sharing his mate with another. Panic has gripped my wolf, and a part of me can't blame him. If Mason has found his mate, alpha or not, it better not be mine. Miles, my steps falter as I swing around to find Thea drunkenly stumbling over to me. She's Roper's cousin and a constant pain in all of our asses. She's desperate to land herself a werewolf. Yeah, she knows our secret, and it looks like I'm in her line of sight for the night. Thea, how much have you drank? Frustration ebbs and flows under the surface of my constantly warm flesh. I'd much rather go to my mate, but I need to deal with Thea first. I can't put anything past her in whatever state not to make a scene with Alexa before I even get a chance to worm my way closer. I'm still good enough to blow your mind, and possibly the least seductive move in the world. Thea slathers her lips with saliva. I do everything in my power not to make a face. I need to get Roper so he can get her the hell out of here. Alexa will have to wait, much to my dismay. Come on, let's get you home. As much of a pain in the ass as she may be, I can't allow her to continue to make poor choices that could affect someone.